Val Kimber, what's up, dude? Oh, man. We are not ready. We're getting there, we're getting there. Shoot. I literally just got ready. Hope you're doing good, buddy. Good to see you. Trying to fix some stuff here real quick. All right, let's see what this is. What's up, everybody? It's the first time I ever sneezed on live television. Hope you were there to witness it. That's pretty funny. Alright, well, what's going on right here? Okay, we saw Val Kimber. Jake vibing, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Noble in the house. How you doing, bro? AP, thank you, my friend. Noble says, what's the German word for master? I think it's a Meister. I believe. Meister. M-E-I-S-T-E-R, I believe. Let's Feisty says, he's here and on time. There you go. Noble says, it's synonymous with Renstrom. I appreciate that, man. Jake said, hey, even that warm-up sound, man. Appreciate that. Noble says, Maschinenbaumeister. I knew it was a Meister. Meister. Thank you, Val. Val said, I was sneezing the age myself. I don't know. That's the first time I ever done that in my life on a stream. I don't know why, but I'm gonna have to blow my nose here momentarily. So, Noble says Meister Mechanic. See, I know it from Michael Schumacher. They just called him the Weltmeister because he was a 7-time Formula 1 champion. And I always said Weltmeister. I think it was using that means rainmaster. I don't know. Jake knows it. Rick sneezes strong. There you go. Derail in the house. How you doing, Derail? Happy Saturday. Thank you, Pellet. I appreciate that. And yeah, I am not even close to being ready today. I literally was like popping the Mountain Dew like a minute before this even started. But let me get I need something here. So give me a second. I sneezed all over my arm too, man. That was not cool. All right, I'm going to mute my mic so you don't hear this, and I'm going to kill the camera too. So stand by. Uno momento, por favor. Okay, we're back. There you have it. They don't hear you blowing my nose on stream. That's even worse. Sneezing is one thing. Blowing your nose live is another. But anyway, yeah, it's been a chill day. I've been like really chilling out, and yeah, usually Saturdays I'm so out of it. But here we are. We're making it happen for sure. Just gotta try some warm ups. Well, everyone's doing good out there today. Started in the house. Derail would say it was pretty hot today. That was ridiculously hot, like unbelievable. Like we just went out to go get some, stop at the gas station and get some hamburgers from the restaurant, and blazing. Jake said he checked out the video, the technique every guitarist should know, and I'm gonna practice it starting tomorrow. There you go, buddy. Get to it. Yeah, it's awesome, man. It should help, man. Like I said, you got to practice it every day, at least 20 minutes for 30 days, and you'll be pretty fiery from there on. All right, Noble got it. Meister Musica. There you go. I guess that means master of music. I like it. Juji's in the house. How you doing, Juji? Good to see you. It's probably going to be a pretty chill, slow stream for sure. All right, let's see what I can find here. Something to warm up with. What's a nice one? What is this? I don't think this is anything. No, that's a no. That's a no. I didn't play this one all week. All right, how about this one? is still running. That was probably one of the hardest songs to play with your nose running. All right, we're going to have to go ahead and do it again. I'm going to kill the mic, kill the camera so I can... This is going to be one of those nights, man. I can tell you already. This is like one of those nights for sure, for sure. All right. Try number 2. Be right back. Thank you. All right. We're back. It's going to be a crazy night tonight. I can just already tell, you know. I'm gonna leave one of my paper towels here in case of emergency now. But it is what it is. I don't care. Saturdays are free for all. Good times, having fun. Whatever happens, happens. George Kaplan and us, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you there. Juji fruit. There you go. The taste that's gonna move you, the juji fruit. I had started. I've been watching I found like this YouTube channel that has like hours and hours and hours of footage from like the late '70s and early mid '80s of like the Saturday morning cartoons with all the commercials. It's unbelievable to watch. It's like stepping back in time. It's very funny to watch. Val said, you like the dum-da-dums. The timpanis, yes. Dog eat in house, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. There you go, Val's popping, but Val's doing them drums out there, man. Val said, I wonder if Star's cutting. No, not at all, no. I don't know what it was, man. It happens. Usually when I wake up, my nose runs a little bit, and then I'm fine. But it's getting pretty pollinated around here, so it's going to be something. Who never knows? I never say he's going to smoke a big giant bowl. There you go, buddy. Crank it up. Val said he was watching a Super Friends cartoon. Yeah, it was some weird. The one we were watching was from 1985, and it was some weird Super Friends and the Fun Time Express or something. I was like, what is this? By 1985, I was too old to watch Saturday morning cartoons, so I never saw that. I used to watch Super Friends when I was a little kid, which is pretty awesome. But man, I don't know what the heck we were watching. I was like, they've got some weird DC comic people in this thing, man. I don't even know who this is, but it's pretty funny. Anyway, so yeah, great, good week. It's been a busy week this week. We hit 60,000 subscribers here on YouTube, which is unbelievably amazing. So obviously, thanks to everyone here. And everyone that's watching, or anyone that's out there that's going to watch this, thank you so much. That's a heck of a milestone, and we're 40,000 to go, I think, for the ultimate goal, ultimate current goal, and then we'll change the goal yet again. But man, it was a crawl. It was a crawl this week, but we got there. Unfortunately, every time I have to take the week off for work, the week after is like just a real tough week of getting the algorithm back to knowing who I am again. I don't know. Well, we got it. We think we're back in action. Now, tonight's Mountain Dew is not sponsored by Summer Freeze. This is a special limited time Mountain Dew. It says it is a cherry lemon raspberry. So it's basically like if you ever had those bomb pops when you were a kid with the red, white, and blue, popsicles. Basically what this is supposedly supposed to taste like. It's pretty good. I do like it. I was lucky enough to get 2 12-packs of it, so we're good. Val says, the algorithm told me I just wanted to be friends. I feel you, man. The algorithm will put you in the friend zone sometimes. That's what happens when you're not consistent as they want. So that's the hard part. You got to stay really consistent here on YouTube. The minute you take some time off, they're like, where'd you go? Who are you? It is what it is, man. You gotta crank it. You gotta claw it right back, man. All right, let's try this one. See if I can. I'm playing the Black Stallion tonight. I think out of the whole week, I haven't been playing the purple guitar all week. This one right here is the one probably my favorite of all the three that we've been playing all week. So yeah, let's give it a shot here. This one sneeze is killing me right now. I can't believe this. It's like literally like, you know, I have not sneezed. I probably haven't sneezed or had the blow nose the entire freaking day, and then I sit down and it's over with. So yet again, the third time's the charm. Let's see if we can blow this out of here. Stand by, everybody. We're gonna do our thing one more time. Okay, I think maybe it feels better. It feels better already. I'll tell you what though, like I was in a rush, and right before I even got here, I was grabbing my drink out of the fridge and I banged my head right on like the inside the refrigerator. I was like really? Yeah. Maybe that caused it. I don't know. We're gonna get through it together. That's for sure. That's for sure. Let's see. Thanks, Einhorn. Doggy says, Rick, have you tried the dragon fruit? I haven't seen it yet. I think Walmart might have it, but I haven't seen it anywhere else other than it was like on Walmart online. But even the one near us, I don't think they had it. It was like shipping only. I was like, ooh. There you go, Juji. Val, thank you. Einhorn thinks she's pregnant. Watch out. I know he said that tapping was epic. Appreciate that, man. Jake says off topic, but caramel and ice cream go together. Yes, indeed they do. Stardust gets she's been getting we get these mixers from this place called Culver's. I've been getting chocolate, marshmallow, cream, and peanut butter. But Stardust has been getting chocolate, marshmallow, and caramel. And she said it's pretty good. I believe her. Yeah, you get caramel, great. You get hot fudge and caramel on an ice cream sundae or something like that. It's unbelievable. Donald James, what's up, brother? He says happy horizontally. Can't even say it. Happy horizontal Saturday. That's what's up. Harvey Danger now says, Rick, what's up? How's the summer been for you? It's been hot, brother. So hot. Beyond hot. I don't even know. But yeah, been good otherwise, buddy. As long as I'm in the AC, man, it's fine. I hope you're doing good out there too, bro. It's good to see you. Thank you, Jake. Lenore says, maybe you're still unconscious, just had a dream stand. It's possible. Like literally, like banging my forehead right inside the refrigerator, grabbing my drink. And I was like, really? Man. See, Stardust rolled up in there. So marshmallow swirl and chocolate ice cream with caramel. Yeah. I like my peanut butter. I'm a peanut butter and chocolate fanatic. That's my thing. So if I can get chocolate and peanut butter somehow in a milkshake, I'm down. There's a place called, Cold Stone Creamery. And they make it's called Reese's Dream Shake. It's like $10 probably, but dang, it's good. Val said he loved pistachio ice cream, but they stopped making it. Really? I never knew that. Let's see. Val says I should write a song. Oh, he should write a song about Rick's purple accent. It's called Purple Rain. Interesting. You might get in trouble from Prince's estate, but hey, give it a shot, man. You can write an AI song about it though. I was messing with it. My friend never knew about it. We were laughing. We were talking we're having our down our smoke break or whatever, and we were talking about something, and we said, we saw some dude, and it's like, man, he looks like he's like the type of dude that would get married in a strip club. And we started laughing, and he's like, man, you should write a song about that. I'm not gonna write a song. How about I use AI? I'll do an AI song. He's like, what is that? And I sent him the link. I was like, you make some stuff. But yeah, we made this song. It's called Diamond Ring from AI. And it was about getting married in a strip club. It was one of the most stupidest things I've ever seen, ever heard. A classic. But I literally went to this, AI. It's a Suno AI. I play around with it just to have fun. It gives me no inspiration at all because it's so all the stuff's predictable. But yeah, I just typed in a country song about a guy who gets married in a strip club. A minute later, bam, done. We started laughing our tails off on that. Donald James says, "You ever had a milkshake or a sundae with the Girardelli factory?" No, that sounds delicious though. I ain't gonna lie, man. Girardelli chocolate is premium goodness right there, man. That's some premium goodies right there. You know what? I'm gonna tune my guitar. I'm gonna check my tuning on my guitar real quick because, yeah, I don't even think I got a chance to tune my guitar. I knew it was pretty decent otherwise, but let's see. It's not too bad. Oh, that's weird. Uh-oh. There it goes. I think I'm gonna have to. I think this knob's semi coming unloose. That's not good. We're gonna have all kinds of weird stuff happen then, I think. I'm probably gonna run through. So this week I made up 3 songs this week, or 3 somethings, 3 things to play over. And then I got 1 more I got done today. So I'm probably gonna shred through those. I gotta do 1 cut of Voltage to see if I can get a nice video cut of that. And then we'll crank out the acoustic thereafter. Have some fun with that. All right, I think we're in tune. All right, where's all these new songs here? All right, we are this one. Okay, so we'll start with this. This was the first song of the week we did. So we'll get cooking on that. Let's see. Val says, my buddy was telling me about being in a strip club and saw his girlfriend dancing that he wasn't aware she was a stripper. Well, that's definitely bad news. Bata Tolas from Portugal. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks for hanging tonight. Dude, you said I put the songs together in a few seconds at a time. That way I can really build what I want and direct the song, tram and all that. There you go. There you go. Yeah, there's so many different ways, and the prompt is. I think the prompt is really the thing that that gets it. You know, if you get the right prompt in there, it can create some good stuff. But for me, as a trained musician, every time I try anything, it just plays the same stuff kind of over and over and uses the same chord progressions that any person that just learned how to write a song would do. It's interesting. I'm sure they're going to get better. But I think it's more for entertainment purposes. Let's say that, in my opinion. Donald J says, my Jackson has been frustrating me lately. I ain't gonna lie, it needs some adjustments. Yeah. Do you have someone in town that's like a luthier, a guitar tech? Might be something to check out, man. I need to take a couple of mine over to a luthier. Badatolas, you rock, brother. Good to see you, man. Judy says, takes her hours, sometimes half a day to get a song. Dang. But I'll say you're a massive fan of cheesecake. Yeah, I love me some. We got a cheesecake factory in there. We haven't been there in a while, but we might head there soon. Thanks, Zach G. What's up, brother? Appreciate it. Yeah, this was think out of the whole week, this was the number one guitar I was playing on. Having some fun with that. Good to hear, Badatolas. Judy says she can't wait for that now, and I feel that. Yep. We'll see what we got. Thank you, Badatolas. Appreciate that, dude. I said they were both supposed to be at the dentist appointment. There you go. All right, let's see. Try this one. All right, this is the first one. I think this was called Apocalyptic. I believe this one actually had a title, Apocalyptic. All right, let's go. Maybe I'm allergic to shred or something tonight. I don't know. My nose is running again. My God. Hang on a second. Man, it's like, what is going on? I was sat there for like 5 minutes talking, no problem. I started playing guitar and my nose started running. All right, 87 time tonight. We're gonna have to close up everything for a second. So hang tight for me. I'll be right back. Actually, let me create a portion of this. Lord of mercy, what is wrong with me tonight? All right, can we just have a normal night here? All right. So there you go. There's one of the first new songs we wrote this week. That was on Monday, I think. Monday or Tuesday. I don't know. What day was this? What was, 07/28. What was that day? So that was Monday. So that was the first song we wrote this week on Monday. And yeah, I call it apocalyptic, because the Latin phrase in the song goes, apocalypte. So there you go. A little history. And you know what? I forgot to turn on the live chat. Okay. So what's cooking in here while I'm over here? All right. So Juji says, having someone play along with the track live is really cool and adds that missing human aspect. True that. That's very cool. Rosana, buenas noches. Good to see you. Baratolos, you're welcome, brother, and thank you. Judy says she's excited for AI music to get better, to help and assist other musicians not to take the bass. Yeah, true. Probably a lot of things you could do with it. You know, honestly, like I said, I find it for entertainment purposes. I thought, oh, it'd be cool. Maybe I'll get some ideas from it. But I listened to it, and I'm like, okay, well, these chord progressions are far too predictable, and they're just using the same stuff. You know, that it's probably been overdone. And it tries. I mean, it does some pretty cool stuff. I've tried to do like classical things and to see how far it could go, and it tries to do a lot of different things. It's like it could be cool, but it's like okay, but it can only get better. Realistically, it can only get better. Bad toast, thank buddy. Val Kimber and Frozen. I never liked my Reese cuts. I like them partially warm. You know, as far as melty. That's why I like them, but yeah, a lot of people do like them frozen. A lot of people like a lot of frozen chocolate. Not me. Stardust likes her cookies cold. Who keeps the cookies in the fridge? Like she says, she just said, I prefer cold or frozen chocolate. Not me. Thanks, Einhorn. Val said, I used to eat frozen chocolate with a good cigar. There you go, man. Thank Dog Eat. Dog, he says Superman ice cream. I could live on that. Yeah, I've seen it. I don't think I've ever had it, but I've seen it. Watch all the different YouTube stuff, and there's always there's these people that work in like ice cream shops and stuff, and they're like making different things. I'm like, well, and then I said Superman ice cream. What's that? I never heard of it. It looks good. I like to try it. Jake Vibin says, Rick, I'm curious as to what you normally keep your guitar tuned at. Everything is tuned one whole step down. I've been doing this since probably 1990. But yeah, every single string. So the E string, your normal tuned E is now a D, and then your A is a G, and your C is or your D is a C, G is an F, B is an A, and then the last is another D. So yeah, I've been doing that for a long time, and it just sounds better to me, honestly. And I know a lot of people do even lower than that nowadays. But I think whatever your ear likes the best, you know, and I think standard tuning nowadays is just so, you know, on a guitar at least, it's just so, you know, every song ever has been already written in standard tuning, so you can kind of make things down. You could probably write the same song as someone else, but when you play it in a different key, it sounds a lot different, which is pretty good. Val said, you've puffed on some clove cigs. Ugh. Yeah. You know, the clove cigarettes when I was young, it was like when you had your pack of smokes and you ran out of cigarettes and you're at the club, and it was always that girl that got like a pack of cloves, and you're like, hey, can I get one of them cloves off you? And you're like, those things are These things were not good. They tasted interesting. They're pretty good, but man, you cannot smoke those things constantly. Dog, he said he used to love cigars after some modifications. I feel that. I think everyone in our age range probably did that too. Yeah, Val says probably 30 years ago. Yeah, pretty much. Definitely over 20 for me. Definitely over 20 for me. I know said dog said Black and Miles. Yeah, no, you got to get the Swishers. Yeah, dog knows Swisher Sweets. Rosanna, obrigado, Rosanna. Val said he had some fun in those days himself. A load of fun. I feel you, man. I had some crazy times. Donald James said, that's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy sweeps. I know. They weren't as clean as I liked, honestly. I was kind of messing some up. It's hard to do sometimes. Because I'm basically just doing like... I'm not supposed to do the diminished. It's like, I don't think I played it like Monday and Tuesday, and then I didn't play it all week after that. Well, they get better, they get better. Jake says, I mean, if you're exposed to shredding long enough, it's possible to develop an allergy. True. I've been doing this for a long time. Just tonight, apparently. Just tonight. No, I'm starting to feel okay right now. We'll see what happens on the next song. Thank you, Juji. Appreciate that. That's a fun song. I like the tension in that song. It's very a lot of tension in that. It's really nice. Einor says, is that another Jackson Pro behind you with the maple neck? That's the same guitar as this one, buddy. Same exact guitar except it has the maple. And I did swap out the pickups too, but yeah, same guitar. 1992 Dinky reverse. Val said, you like cold meatloaf. I don't know about it. I don't like cold meat. Nope. Not me, bro. Jude, said he needs to learn from you. I don't know. Donald James, no, that's the Dark Horse Jackson behind Rick. Yes, sir. Dubbed the Dark Horse this week. Einor said he likes a E-flat tuning. Yeah, that's cool. I tried that too, but everything I wrote sounded like Yngwie, because Yngwie is half step down. And I was like, oh man, dude. I want to play like Yngwie, I don't want to write like Yngwie. So once I tuned it down one more, I was like, everything started to sound a lot nicer. Val says, Rick, is there a tuning that you found weird? Not really. I mean, I went from E to E flat to D and never changed after that. I don't really mess with the weird, the dag or whatever these wacky tunings are. For certain things, I never tried them. But yeah, it's always just standard or E flat or D. And it's been D probably since, like it's about 1990, I think is when I changed everything. There you go, Einhorn. Judy said, I really loved goth and industrial at the time. Yeah, I think a lot of people did. It was going around quite a bit, you know, like 9 Inch Nails, Typo Negative. You know, a lot of these bands were starting to get popular in the early 90s and stuff. So yeah, it was pretty prevalent. And everywhere we go, well, it was either when you went to a club, it was either they were playing like stuff like that, industrial music, or they were playing dance music, which were both okay. But we were just there to get drunk usually, and look for the people of the opposite sex and things like that. So that's what you did when you were in your 20s, you know. Evan Kelly, what's up, bro? Donald James, Ministry was another one, yeah, for sure. A lot of bands back then, yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I don't remember too much of it because I was probably inebriated beyond control and just, I don't even know. Usually a lot of the clubs we went to had like, dollar drinks or nickel beers or something. We just go nuts with them. All right, I think this is the new blues song, or the newer blues song. We'll give it a try. Like I said, I've only played some of this stuff like once or twice, but this is like more funky blues. But it's pretty cool though. See where we can go with it. is a trippy song, I gotta say. That's a funny one, but that's cool though. A lot of this bluesy jazz jam. Like, back to my jazzy blues roots from back in the college days for sure. But it's a fun one to play. Still working on it though. Little bits and pieces to go, but not too shabby. All right, let's see. If I said he take hot fudge on his Rocky Road, now there you go, man. You can't go wrong with hot fudge either, man. But I'll tell you what, when we went to Orlando and I got to my Friendlies, the Reese's Pieces peanut butter sundae, probably one of the best things I've ever had in my life. This thing is just still so good. After all these years, even when I was a little kid, it was great, and it's even just as good. But man, I gotta go back. We're probably going back in January. Dylan, good to see you too, buddy. Hope you're having a good night tonight. Evan says Rammstein is a huge Ministry ripoff, but he still likes it. Yeah, but Rammstein got their own sound for sure, man. But yeah, Ministry probably influenced a lot of the bands that came after for sure. Vicey goes, play that funkin' music. You know how we do. Val said he like it. Nice. Something different, you know. I try and write stuff different, you know. I try and write, you know, the classical stuff, the metal stuff. I've been trying to write more bluesy stuff. It's hard to write blues songs because, you know, they've probably already been done before. So you got to really, really expand your mind when you're trying to do a bluesy song anymore. Dylan says, I know you live sober nowadays, but I'm sure you get a kick out of weed names. I just picked up some permanent marker. Dang. Yeah, it was like Alaskan Thunder F. Probably the best one I ever had, man, it was just called Blueberry. It was literally called Blueberry. And this was right around the time when Leash Law got signed. And we got a ton of money for our record contract. And we bought like a garbage bag full of it, man. We was good for a while. Good times, man, good times. It's probably, I probably wrote Speeder on that stuff, honestly, back in the day. Thank you, Dylan. Evan says permanent marker. Wow, I've got a Sage at the moment and pink bubblegum. There you go, man. Jake said, melodies like this bring me joy. There you go. That's what we like to hear. Dylan has candy glass. That's funny, dude. Names they come up with, man, I never know. I don't remember too many other ones. There was always that G13 was one of them. But I think this is from the government, man. It's good stuff. Like, whatever, dude. Bring it on. There you go, Val. Dylan said that in winter sunshine. There you go, man. Thanks, Zag G. Can't talk. Evan said Gorilla Glue. Dang. Doggy says killing tonight, Rick. Grooving. Thanks, brother. Dylan said it seems fun to play. Indeed. Osman in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you there. Feisty's feeling that blasey. There you go. Doggy said he loved jazzy blues. That's what I'm talking about. Einar wants to rip off this vape. They're running out, man. These Raz vapes are like selling out everywhere, so I had to kind of go with a different one. This is a blueberry watermelon. It's all right. Not as good as I like, but not too shabby either way. Let's see. Dylan said he loved blueberry strains. Yeah, there's still some good stuff back in the day, but I ain't had none of it in a long time. Skylar says, did you re-up on Mountain Dew? Man, I got so much Mountain Dew here, it's probably stupid. I could probably open up my own convenience store at this rate. Jake said, unicorn pisses away. That sounds pretty wild. It's like a skunk and rainbows, probably, huh? Ray Freeze, what's up, brother? He says, hi, Rick. Fire. There you go, brother. Evan Kelly knows racing day, green shorts. You know it, man. I mean, I was gonna wear my Ferrari stuff because Charles Leclerc is the Ferrari driver. He got on pole today, but it's gonna be tough for him to win it, I think. But my boy George Russell in fourth. He had fourth, so I'm looking forward to it. Dylan says Cheeto pissed. Ugh. Leo Marrero, good to see you, and God bless you and yours, buddy. Thank you so much. Leo said he liked the number 13. There you go, man. Aaron Marion, what's up, dude? Good to see you, buddy. All right, what was this one? God, man. Let me see what this was. I remember this one now. This is more of a chill. This was a chill song. This was like song number 3 of the week. We'll see what we can do. Just a little jam, you know, nothing too songified or anything. Just a little nice little fun jam. I found out, like I was saying during the week, I found all these. I was like, we're playing this game, and a lot of times I just gonna, you know, we're kind of waiting on stuff and this or that, and I started going through my phone, and I opened up this one app I haven't looked at in years, and I'm like, oh no, what's in here? And I started going through the songs, and a lot of it is just like beats and stuff. Me and my friend, probably back in like 2015 or so, we worked late, and we were the only ones there. And we'd get all our work done. We'd pretty much have an hour just to chill or whatever. And I'd be like, hey, I'm gonna write some beats, man. And he'd be like, all right. And he wasn't really musical or anything, but he liked, music and stuff. So I'd sit there and write beats, like a beat a night of some sort, or song or something. And then I probably wrote I probably got like 100 little musical ideas in my phone. So I started going through them. I'm like, wow, these are pretty cool. This is pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So a couple of these, that one I just played was one of those from my phone, and this next one is another phone jam from back in the day. So fun stuff. Dylan said, you'd be surprised what strange people have made by crossing things with blueberry. Love all kinds of purple plants. Yeah, I don't know nothing about it no more. Einer says the best was called Bob Ross, and it has his face on the packaging, but they go cease and desist. Right? Donald James said, it's a chill Saturday. That's just the vibe for it. It is, bro. It is. We just chilling tonight, man. I think my shred allergy is gone away now. I'm breathing much clearer. Evan said he worked in the industry of weed names and more brand. You could probably use AI to make names now for that stuff. Exact. Dylan said there's quite a few barely skirt around copyright laws. Probably, man. How would they even know? Let's see. Donald said he got something called Fruity Pebbles. And I'm telling you, it looks exactly like it. I'll bet, man. Zach G said this track is a vibe. I feel that, man. Dylan said he got a tube full of mysteries. He said it's time to start some new seeds. There you go, man. Get your hydroponic machine going. Zach G, thanks, buddy. Dylan said Fruity Pebbles is great. It's absolutely amazing. Nice, dude. I know, since you hate your Maple Jackson, can you do it to me? No, I don't hate it at all. No. That guitar is a different kind of vibe. Ain't no doubt about it. If you like to buy it, $2,000, I can probably drop it off to you. No, I'm not selling any of my guitars, man. I thought about it a while back. I was like, man, I'm not gonna. I was like, man, I need to get rid of some of these guitars. And then I was like, then I started playing again. I was like, no, I'm gonna keep them all. I'll keep them all. I need to get one more guitar. I got one more on my list, and I haven't found the perfect one yet. There's one on eBay that's so close, but I don't know. I'm just like, dude wants like $1,300. I'm like, what? I'm looking for that kid that's got one that he don't know what it is, and it's in mint condition, and he wants to sell for like $300 or something. That's what I'm looking for. Thanks, Zach. Thank you, Einhorn. Ju G's feeling that one. Thank you, Ju G. That's a nice one. It's a nice chill tune. You can definitely get the emotions going in there for sure. This one, I don't know. This one. So I don't know. This one's gonna be interesting. So we had this dude around this time when I was making all these beats and just screwing around my phone. We had this dude, and I'd be playing him. Yeah, we had this other friend. He left early though, but I used to play him some beats at lunch or whatever, just so he could hear it because he liked that stuff. And he said he listened to one. He goes, man, that SH blank T goes boom. I was like, that's a dope tune, man. I'm gonna write a song about that. So I wrote it. So basically, the song was called that SH apostrophe or whatever, SH asterisk T goes boom. That blank goes boom. That's what this one song was called originally. And I had to change a few things, so there's a lot of sound effects in the original one, but it's it's a cool little beat. I liked it. It was funny. Well, we'll give it a shot. If I remember, I think it's in C sharp. All right, let's go. goes boom. Funny song. But yeah, something different. I didn't have much time today, so I was like, I'll put that one together. I have another one. It's a really cool Egyptian beat thing going on. I was like, but that's got all kinds of sound effects. I got to work with that. But there's that. So something fun to play. All right, I think we're good with that. We're going to try and do a hot cut of voltage. And then we'll get that. We'll crack up the old acoustic there. Let's see. There you go, Aaron. Evan said he worked in a hydro shop and grew for years. Nice, man. Dylan said he's back. He got a con. Completely forgot what I was going to say. There you go, man. Jude, you feeling that rock me on my days. Dylan cranks out them gummies. Yeah, nice, man. I think those are probably better for you, man, honestly. At this rate, it's like, man, I mean, where I live, man, there's people around here that you know, toke up, and I can smell it, man. It doesn't, to me, it smells terrible anymore. I used to love the smell of it, but now I hate it. And I'm like, yo, just get yourself some gummies or some brownies or cookies, man. You don't need this, inhale this stuff anymore. But that's how people roll, man. I feel it. But it says, Dylan said, all I can say is that they don't taste like the greatest, but they work well. Yeah. He's like, glad he didn't have anything planned other than watching Rick stream. I feel that, man. Shoot, man, when we was back in the day, man, this one friend of ours, he got this stuff called Marinol. It's for like cancer patients or something, man. And it was like concentrated THC in like a gel pill or something, man. We tried some of that, man. It was a wild ride, man. I was like, dang. Don says, my bend notes die out, completely stop after the 15th fret. That's why then yeah, your action's too low. So up here, the strings are too close to it's happened to me too. I've got to keep messing with it, but yeah, the strings are too close to the fret down here on the neck, on this part of the neck after the 15th fret for you then. So these strings are too high, so they're gonna fret out, so. I presume on your Jackson, if I saw you do have a Floyd Rose. So you see these two pins right here? They're right here. These like two Allen wrench keyholes. So you're gonna have to kind of, like I said, you don't take it to a Luther and you want to try it yourself. You're gonna have to start adjusting these pins, and of course it's like toward you is loosening and away from you is tightening. So if you turn the Allen key toward you, it's going to lift the bridge up, which is what you're going to do. So, and all you need to do is just quarter turns, man. Down, just do quarter turns. Put the Allen key in, do a quarter turn, test it out. If it still frets out, okay, do another quarter turn on both sides. And it's not going to raise it up a ton. It's just going to raise it up just a micro inch or whatever, so it gets a little higher up on the fret. So yeah, that's my suggestion to you. That's why I do it all the time. With every single guitar, I had to go do that, because I'll play and then you got to go through and every single note, make sure there's no fretting outs, you know. So make sure there's no fretting even when you're playing a note, and then yeah, try and bend every note. So there's no fretting out, but yeah, you can see and just mess with it a little bit. You don't have to go too crazy, but a couple turns will get it just right. And once you find that spot where it doesn't fret out, you can kind of probably maybe turn it back a little bit, depending. But yeah, it takes a little bit of effort, man. And then sometimes it could be like your neck, and you might have to adjust the truss rod a little bit. Undo it. The truss rod is usually up here or down here, depending where it is on your guitar. But I would that'd be the last resort to mess with your truss rod, because that could lessen up as far as it goes, would just kind of lessen the tension of the neck. But no worries, man. Hopefully that works for you. It's how I do it with my Floyds. Let's see. Jake says voltage time inspired by mine. Do you know that's right, brother? Val said he taken Marinol by script before it was trippy. It was. Yeah, we went bowling, man. We we popped a bunch of these Marinols, man, and drinking beers and bowling, dude. And I thought I was flying, man. I was like, whoa, this is wild, man. It's a wild ride, ain't no doubt. Gavin Jones, what's up, brother? Good to see you. You're welcome, Donald. He said he did adjust it to the strings closer, but I think he just got adjusted back. Yes, a little bit, yeah. Quarter turns is all you need. Just keep doing quarter turns until you get ready. Leave it in there, test it, and you'll get it. But yeah, it's tough. I got one guitar, I can't get it right at all. I've tried multiple times, I just cannot get it. It's basically this guitar, another one exactly like this. I actually know it's a 93. The other one I have is exactly like this. What's a 93? It's the same tremolo bar, same everything, same pickup, same everything. And I've tweaked it and tweaked it and tweaked it. I just cannot get it right. I don't know what, I'm like, what is going on with this guitar? My friend said he started doing kind of guitar tech work. He said he's getting better at it. He says, man, as soon as I get it all sorted out, man, bring your guitar to me and I'll fix it for you. I was like, good, because I'm tired of messing with it, man. Tired of messing with it. Anyway, all right. Let me adjust a few things because I'm going to try and do a real good cut of this one. Okay. Everything looks clean as it can be. I noticed on my Storm Rider, I had my vape was just sitting out like this. I'm like, ew. So we're gonna hide the vape like that. All right, voltage time. Let's see if I can hit it right here. We'll see what happens. I don't even know. Whenever I say this, I mess up somewhere, so we're gonna try not to mess up. not be using that cut. No, that was a decent 98.7 on that one for sure. Not bad, but not I don't think good enough. Not good enough for a video. We'll try it again. I'll have to. I got to do some videos probably tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll try and knock it out. I'm trying to give it a couple cuts. Val says you can do it. No, I think I messed up like in the very at the very beginning too. But it's no biggie, man. Okay, let's see. Dylan said he finally remembered what he was gonna say. He posted a couple new pictures of the guitar. I took it out back and let the natural light. Okay, buddy, I'll check that out. I didn't look at my YouTube account at all today, so I'll check that out. Dylan Evans said, "You see my dusty beast?" There you go. Ray Pierce, what's up, buddy? Says love Rick's Egyptian eye tattoo. Oh yeah, man. It's probably the better tattoo of the two. Like I said, this is old. This one on over here is old band logo. The band that never made it, sadly. We were close. Juji, there you go. Feeling that. Okay. All right. Let's the classic change around of the acoustical here. I'll probably play some of those new songs with the acoustic. See. We'll probably replay a couple of those with the acoustic and see how it goes. All right. The guitar is muted. That's good. This is always the toughest part. This cord is. This is a monster. This is a monster cable. If you're looking for a great cable, the monster gold-plated cables are the best. They're super heavy too, man. I've always found them to give the best tone, and I've used them since probably the mid '90s, I think. I got a couple of them hanging around here. All right, put this down. Here's my spacesuit umbilical cord. I love it. Okay. All right, now we insert the cord. I'll hire a guitar tech one of these days just to hang out the whole night and then just hand me this guitar. All right, we are plugged in. Let's see what we got. Oh, that ain't right. All right, let's turn on the real channel. With that, let's see. We'll probably let me warm up with one of these tunes. Probably try new 1010. We haven't played that one in a minute. We played it once this week. New 1010. Where is this? I swear to God, man. This is like this setup that I'm on right now is completely different from my daily setup. Like all the songs are like in different places. I don't even know where this tune is, man. Holy moly. Where is it? There it is. My God, this is like way at the bottom. In the daily streams, I got it cranked up like way at the top. All right, we'll try that one. And let's see what we got here. Oh. Val said he's trying to find where you look at all y'all's pics. Yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, and I think if you just go, either there's a link that says visit community, or if you go to posts, I think that's where you can find all the stuff that we got. Ray said, or kind of like my old band, Infinite Destiny, never made. I feel it, man. We're close, man. We had the power of Chuck Schuldiner behind us, but yeah, unfortunately, man, he just couldn't. He got sick and he couldn't really help us after that, man. And I feel that, and I was kind of moving on with my musical style, and I wanted to do more neoclassical stuff, and I just left the band. Dylan said he got hit with nostalgia with that PV amp. I know, right? And Ray said that's why he's sold out for me too, buddy. I feel that. Jake said, Rick, what do you think of death metal? I used to listen to it quite a bit, you know. Cannibal Corpse, Obituary, some of my favorite bands from way back in the day. And of course, Death, you know, once I heard, the first time I ever heard Death was probably when Individual Thought Patterns came out, and my friend, I didn't know anything about really too much about it, and my friend's like, yo, Andy LaRocque plays on this, and I'm like, say what? I'm like, yo, I gotta check this out, and I loved it, man. I thought it was killer sounding. But yeah, that's probably, those were the bands I probably listened to the most. Cannibal and Obituary. A lot of bands down here were death metal, but they had to be good, man. Evan says that Flying V documenting Andy LaRocque has your Godin in the background. Nice, dude. Yeah, what is it? Is it called something, or what is it on YouTube, or is it on like Hulu or something? I forgot to look for it today. Ray's ready. Let's rock with the acoustic. Yes, sir. And yeah, your voice is coming through the pic. Yeah, I know, right? It hasn't been doing that before. Evan says guitar body and soul mic. That I know. We'll probably have to kill the mic when I'm playing stuff. Check, check, check. Weird. Yeah, they're on different channels, but I think it's I needed to probably put a gate on this thing. We'll try it there. I'll mute it afterwards. When I'm talking, after this song, I'll start muting the guitar. All right, anyway, let's try this one. New 1010, let's see. play. You can't go wrong with that one for sure. All right, that's song number 1 down. Let's see. Hey, Donald James of the good old Florida death metal scene, indeed, man. Dylan said he named his turtle Borger because of the Dimmu Borger, but also because of the size and shape of the good burger. There you go, man. Jake says it's just the echo for when he starts singing. Yeah, probably, man. I think because the microphone, this microphone's probably catching what's going through here, and yeah, it's on different separate channels. So, but yeah, I'll just have to mute the mic until I get a gate going for the guitar channel. Gratitude in the house. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Evan knows it's called Under the Saddle Fiber Optic. His 1700 Martin has a Fishman version. Very nice, man. Jake says peaceful vibes. There you go. Ray Freese knows Rick, man. Beautiful play on acoustic. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that, brother. Judy says you get it so clean, so many people here try acoustic comes out muddy. It's hard. Definitely hard. Don said you can really hear that pick chop away at those strings. There you go, buddy. I still need to probably EQ it better. It's better, but I could probably do it. Like I listen to Yngwie when he does his acoustic stuff live, and yeah, it's these strings right here that like really pop out, man. So it's all about EQing. So I gotta mess with that some more. I just haven't had time to sit down with it. Doroteo in the house. How you doing, Doroteo? Says getting the vibes from Black Star and Malmsteen with those killer classical nights. Thank you, Doroteo. Great to see you. Charles Long says, yo, good sound just popped in. Very nice. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate that. All right, what we got? Well, I don't know if I can play that. I don't know if I can play that Apocalyptic song. Oof. Or Apocalyptic. That might be tough. I don't know if I have enough frets for it. I have to see. Let me see. I don't know. We could try it. I mean, I'll try it. I'll see what happens. I probably won't be as crazy, but we'll give it a try. Why not? All right, let's unmute this. Maybe I'll just, oh, wait. Okay, never mind. We'll go for it. All right, here's a pro tip. Make sure you always mute the other track before you start the next track. Anyway. compensating on that one for sure. Pretty wild though. A little bit of practice probably would do it. That's a crazy jam though. All right, let's see. All right, mute that. Let me mute this guitar real quick. Okay. All right, let's see. Jake says, I feel like if you handed a ukulele, get straight on. Probably. Someone handed me a mandolin once, and it took me all but 5 or 10 minutes to figure out how that is. Someone handed me a banjo once to figure out any stringed instrument, I could figure it out. But I don't think I would ever, do it, other than just to screw around. Really, that's funny though. It says bass up and a tad tremolo down. A treble down 2 or 3 positions works pretty nice. Yeah, it's a little different here because I've got basically the low end is up, or the bass is up, mids just a little lower. Pretty flat here, but I EQ it in the system so to get more effect. But yeah, it's got to mess a little more, but it comes out pretty decent. Dylan says, I feel if you gave Rick enough Mountain Dew, he started playing acoustic speeder. We tried it before. It was almost painful. It was very hard, man. Very hard. like whoa. Like I got halfway through, I was like nope, can't do it, man. Thank you, Osman. Gloria's in the house. How you doing, Gloria? Hope you're doing good tonight. Jake says, Rick shredding on acoustic never gets old. Feel that, man. Ray Free says, awesome play, Rick. I can fall asleep when you play. I feel it, man. We're getting there, man. Let's see. What else we got? I can't play that blues song on here, that's for sure. That ain't going to fly. We could probably play this one. This other newer song of the week was pretty nice to play. Let me listen to it again real quick. I'll see what key it's in. I think it's... I can't remember what key it's in, honestly. Let me see. Let's give it a shot. chill. The vibes are chill for sure. Interesting, interesting. Let's see what else we got here. I'll search for another song here. What haven't we done? You know, trying to find something old I haven't done in a while. What if I could do Tears of Time on this thing? I never tried that. Let me see. All right, we'll try Tears of Time on this thing. See how that flies. All right, let's see. A lot of people pulling in here. A lot of comments. We got a lot of comments. All right, I remember Ray's comment. Dylan says mandolins are fun. I'm in the same way with some percussion instruments. I like to get electric drum kit. Yeah, me too. I know Stardust wants to. She wants to bang on some drums, and I was like, oh, electric kit would be nice. And I've seen some really nice Alesis ones. But as I've said before, the problem is space. We have no space around here. Running low on space. Let's see. Donald James says the G string sounds pretty good, and only when I try to use the harmonica. There you go, man. It sounds like you're already cranking it up a little bit. Evan says too much do we know good for live streaming. Literally, I know, right? We're running low though, man. I think the more Mountain Dew I had, the longer I could stream probably, but no. Usually 3 hours is my max. I think if I can go 3 hours, that's pretty good. Val says, if I need to serenade a woman to a balcony, I'm going to hire Rick to hide Rick in the bushes. There you go, man. Donald James, he's talking about this G harmonic on the 17th fret, like oh yeah, like the one that, yeah, that's the one, dude. If you can if that note hits, man, you're looking good already, man. Jake's Vibe said, imagine going to a stadium concert and it's just Rick shredding. I'd pay for that, man. That would be the dream right there. That's the dream right there. I love that. Yeah, there was a couple in that. Yeah, Three's Company did that bit, and then what was the one? There's a movie called Breaking Away. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Man, it's like a 1979. So it's about this kid in Indiana thinks he's Italian and wants to race, bicycles and stuff, and he helps his friend do a serenade. It's hilarious, man. He sings it in Italian, of course. Let's see. Thank you, Gloria. Val said Mr. Furley. Oh man, Mr. Furley was insane, dude. Don Knotts, man, is like that's one of his classic characters right there, man. He just like played it so well. It's so funny, man. Even Mr. Roper was pretty good too, man. But Mr. Furley was the man, that's for sure. Midnight Rider says, that's very relaxing. Thank you, Midnight Rider. Thanks, gratitude. Evan says Rick's neighbors all making babies right now. Maybe. Donald James says, Mr. and Mrs. Roper. You remember the Ropers had their own spell. Yeah, they sure did. They sure did, man. Jake says, I'd pay for Rick to learn Adagio for Tron from the Tron Legacy soundtrack. I never heard that one, man. I'll check that out. Probably nice, man. A lot of those dudes that do movie soundtracks are like, got their doctorate degree in music and stuff, man. And they write some dope stuff, man. Freedom Firefighter, how you doing, brother? Great to see you again. Hope you're well. Val said he saw Breaking Away. I mean, I used to love that movie, man. Like, when I was a kid, all we had was the movie channel, and they just played the same stuff over and over and over, and I'd watch it like constantly. And Breaking Away was one of those movies, man. Val, yeah, he was in that. Dennis Quaid, yeah, it was Dennis Quaid, the one guy in Home Alone, not Joe Pesci, but the other guy, the other wet bandit. Who else was in that? Dennis Christopher. He did some weird stuff. He had a movie called Fade to Black that was pretty cool. And then Jackie Earle Haley, he was in it too. There was like quite a few famous people in that movie, honestly, or that became more famous. Let's see. Gratitude says, bro, you just did a Mountain Dew commercial. Gulp. There you go, man. One more quarter. How's it doing, buddy? Evan, those BMX bandits. Yeah, wasn't Nicole Kidman in that movie, man? That's classic, dude. Jake's Vibe said, when I was little, Don Knotts was my... There you go, man. Don Knotts was crazy, man. They had, all back in the day, like what was it? Don Knotts, Tim Conway, Harvey Korman. Those dudes were just a riot, man. A riot. Feisty talking about the Ropers. Hey, man. They were pretty, at least the Mrs. Roper, she was always pretty, she was always looking. Freedom Firefighters is always a treat to catch you live, man. Appreciate you, brother. It's always great to see you hanging out, man. Dylan said he's going through some of my ancient playlists from my old account, rediscovered a lot of music. What do you think of John 5? Yeah, John 5's sick, dude. I think that dude can play just about anything. And he's got some crazy good techniques, man. Jake said it's one of the few songs on the Tron Legacy channel that's not really like mainly orchestral. Nice. I don't even know if I saw that Tron Legacy. We might have watched it once, maybe. Val says Tim and Harvey, what a team. Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt. Evan says John 5 isn't his thing, but his guitar and music theory is next level. It is, yeah, it is. Hey, John says Mrs. Roper always looking. Oh yeah, man. Mr. Roper, yeah, he wasn't. I don't think he was satisfying Mrs. Roper as much as she would like, based on the character. But man, there was a two great. Was that Harvey? What was his name? Norman Fell. Yeah, Norman Fell was Mr. Roper. That guy was classic, dude. Perfect timing, humor, man. Everyone in that show had perfect timing. I love John Ritter. John Ritter was amazing. I used to love watching John Ritter. He was funny too. John Ritter is classic. There's somebody he did. Him and Robin Williams did something, man. It was just ridiculous, man. Those two guys. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. Let me see what else we got here. What haven't I played in a long time? We'll do Tears of Time last. What was this one? Trying to look. What's this? Oh, I don't know what that one. 11:16. No. I got so many songs. I'm trying to find a good one here. What haven't I done in a while? We can do this one. This one's a nice one. Make sure that you got the key. D to G. All right, let's go with this one. That's a nice song right there. That's like perfectly suited for some acoustics and electric, of course. But that's a nice one there. Let's see. All right, where was that one? We'll end with Tears of Time. We'll try that out. I don't think I played that one here, but anyway, cool stuff. Let's see. All right, we've ascended to 80s sitcoms here. I like it, and I forgot to mute that. All right, there we go. Let's see. Jude, you said Three's Company was a great show. There were so many really bad ones. I know. Yeah, we watched a ton of stuff back then, and I think we were on a little kick around here. Like Stardust will probably remember. It was on one of these streaming channels. They had all the Three's Companies. She was watching them constantly. I'd watch them too. You know, I remember seeing them. I'll probably watch them every week when I was a kid. And then when we were in syndication, we'd watch them a lot. Dylan says kids these days don't know the original cringy effects from the original Tron movie that made it a hit. Oh yeah. Yeah, back then they didn't have much CGI. I mean, I would love to see the original cut of Star Wars. You know, the one I saw in like 1977 or whatever. You know, I want to see that. But George Lucas won't put it out there. I used to have a friend that had like a, I don't know, 8 millimeter. He like literally had a projector. His parents had a projector, and they had Star Wars on a film reel. And I was freaking like, this is awesome, man. I'd love to see that somehow. If they could ever, if they ever release it, I'd love to see it. Midnight Rider says Don Knotts was not far from where he lives. Nice, dude. That dude's a trip, man. Evan Kelly says Ralph's. May we make laugh, rest in peace. Absolutely, man. Thank you, Freedom. Appreciate you, brother. Dylan said the original felt like a mid-budget home movie, but yeah, no doubt. I mean, back in that day when it came out, it was the coolest thing ever, you know. I remember the Tron video game with my favorite part was the light cycles. I like the light cycle part of the video game, and I also there was this weird, you had to shoot through these spiders and shoot through this thing to get into some entrance. I used to love that, man. Jake Five said he's hyped for the OG Tron visuals in the new movie. Yeah, that's looking pretty good, man. And then Nine Inch Nails does this, or Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails does the soundtrack for it. It should be pretty pumping, man. Dude, you talking about the Golden Girls? That was a classic too, man. I watched a ton of that stuff. Donald James said, what was the villain's name in OG Tron? Zark. I think so, yeah. It was David Warner played that character. That guy was awesome, man. He played another movie too. If anyone's seen this movie, it was called Time After Time. It had Malcolm McDowell as H.G. Wells, and then David Warner as Jack the Ripper. And Jack the Ripper went back in time, or went forward in time to mid-'80s Los Angeles or wherever it was, San Francisco I think it was. And he started killing people like crazy. And H.G. Wells has to go and chase him down, and he meets this lady, Mary Steenburgen actually. And then it's a classic movie, man. I love that movie. Val Kimmer said he was B. Arthur stunt double. Nice, dude. Gratitude, appreciate that, man. Let's Jake Five said he grew up on Adam Sandler movies. No regrets. True that. Oop, I missed a few comments here. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate that, buddy. Val says he was a lot of movies. He said he was in a lot of movies and TV shows. That's dope, dude. That's super cool, man. Oh, okay. And then Freedom says, Three's Company, we're having some threesomes. Probably. You never know, man. I always had a crush on, who was it? It was Suzanne Summers, the Suzanne Summers' cousin. I thought I can't remember. Cindy, I think it was. I used to have a crush on her when I was a little kid. Donald James said he grew up on watching Ren and Stimpy, man. Jake says, imagine a VR Star Wars game. That's one-to-one recreation of the first thing. That'd be sick. The best, there's a Star Wars Squadrons is about as close as you get. You can play that in VR. It looks pretty insane. Evan said he grew up with get outside and play. True that. Yeah, me too, man. Mama Shredder, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Don says, the next thing we know, you are going to start talking about old school arcades. I know, right? We used to have a bunch of, it was an arcade called Kelly's Fantasy Island when I was a little kid. And you had to buy tokens. You put your money into you put your dollar into the thing, and it sucks your dollar up, and then it pumps you like 4 tokens or whatever. I used to go to that place like all the time, man. That was good. And of course, the mall had a pretty nice arcade too. Jake said he also went outside. Yeah, I did a lot of outside stuff too, man. Me and my friends would go do stuff all the time. Plus, when I grew up, we had a pretty big yard. I think we lived on just about an acre of land, so we had plenty of room to like play football, baseball, anything. I started getting into golf. I could shoot golf balls down to the next street, and no one was around. So we had a lot of room to play and stuff. Val says they made a TV series from that movie, Rick. It lasted 1 season time. Did they really? That's a great movie, man. It's a great movie. Let's see. Don says, this time I won't forget to remind Rick. Okay, I'll do it right now, actually. Because we probably ended after this jam anyway. I'm getting hungry. All right, redirect. All right, adding the redirect. And Brody the Super Shredder's live. Also, Guitar Guy ATX. Oh, is he going too? Man, we'll hit Brody. I will save that. So when we're done, everyone can go to Brody's channel. Let's see. So you don't have to remind me, John. I already did it this time. I forgot the other night, man. I had to get done. Let's see. Mama asked, how's the heat in Florida? It's always bad, Mama. The heat is, it's an oven around here. Dylan say he's turning 29 in a few days, but my body and mind say he's 79. I already shake and ache like a geriatric. See, my body's old like that, but my brain's I'm in my 20s still. Stardust likes that time or time too. Yeah, I got it on Apple TV. I bought it. Yeah, you guys were talking about YouTube was messing up yesterday, man. That sucks. Val likes them time travel movies. Yeah, I love time travel movies. Laura Backlund in the house. She said she grew up with Ren and Stimpy too. There you go. I watched the Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy was funny. I didn't grow up with it. I grew up with Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, stuff like that, and Scooby Doo. But in the 90s, I watched Ren and Stimpy because that was a funny show. That was a funny show. Juji says she had to go over to a friend's house to see Headbangers Ball and all kinds of good stuff. Her parents didn't get cable till I moved out. Dang. As soon as you could get cable in Akron, Ohio, back in the 80, whatever, my dad had that loaded up, and it was like literally a box, and it had like extra channels on, had a couple extra channels on it. It was funny, but yeah, we had like the movie channel was the only thing they had at the time. I think it might have HBO too, but I think my dad's like, no, the movie channel got more stuff, so we watched the movie channel, and I watch that stuff constantly. So many different movies to watch. So yeah, Somewhere in Time. That's a good one too. Christopher Reeves. That's one of Christopher Reeves' greatest performances right there. It's a sad movie though. It's a sad movie. Makes my mom cry every time. I never cried to it, but it's definitely a sad movie. You can feel that. That's Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. That's amazing. But my mom used to watch it all the time. Jake said climbing trees was this fun pastime. True that. Man, we just rode bikes, did skateboards, bikes, you name it. We get in all kinds of trouble, man, when I was a kid. We never got caught, though. That's what's up. Dylan said he watched it on his great uncle's cable. There you go, man. No problem, Mama Australia. I'm happy to do it. It's like, Saturday night's a nice chill night. Saturday night around here is like the secret shred fraternity. It's doing this horizontal is not like doing verticals, that's for sure. But we're saying who we got over here, and most everyone already knows Brody, so we'll shoot you on over there for sure. But I'm gonna ask, what year was I born? Can't tell you. I'll say, I'll show this. Let me see. I'll say, I gotta do this. When was Rick Renstrom born? I don't like to say it. I don't like to say it, Mom. All right, here you go. I'm gonna show you. You can Google this. It's always fun. All right, here you go. I Googled it. When it was Rick Renstrom born? There you have it. I never say it. Look, Richard Christie, 74. Wade Black, 67. Rob Rock, 69. Man, Wade Black older than Rob Rock? No. I don't think this is right, actually. Rob Rock, I believe Rob Rock is actually older than that. He must have done something, man. Rob is older than that. I swear to God. All right, there you go. There you go, Mama. I'll never say it. Not me, no. I'm an old man. I'm so old. Donald J's Bugs was the GOAT. He would clown and cab on everybody. Oh man, yeah. Simony Sam Daddy. I love them stuffs, man. Bugs Bunny is my favorite of all time. I bought something that was like a Bugs Bunny super box set or something like that. It's got like every Bugs Bunny cartoon on it. My favorite Bugs Bunny cartoon is called Rabbit's Kin, and there's a character named Pete Puma. And he's trying to find. He found this little bunny, little baby rabbit, and he's trying to get him to eat him. And Bugs Bunny does everything he can to stop him from doing that. And the guy's like, Bugs Bunny, like he sit him down. He's like, "You want some tea?" He's like, "I'll take some tea." He's like, and Bugs will go, "How many lumps do you want?" And the guy's like, "Oh, 3 or 4." And then he just like pounds him with a big mallet on his head. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life, man. I still laugh at that. Jake says Tom and Jerry and the OG Alvin and Chipmunks cartoons were his thing. You still remember the cartoon of Alvin? I feel that, man. Sarda says someone needs to build a time machine so we can all go back for a week and just relive those times. I feel that. Yeah, that'd be awesome. I'd be totally down for that. Evan says anyone play Paperboy? Man, Paperboy was the jam, dude. The one we had when I was a kid, it had handlebars, and like you would press the brake or whatever, and it would shoot a paper off. I love that Paperboy. That was the jam, dude. Donald James 71. He knows. Donald James already Googled it. Donald James said he was right. I was guessing. You were right, man. You were right. Mama Shredder knows the perfect era. Absolutely, absolutely. Val says that I'm 2 years older than Rick. There you go. You're old enough to be my grandpa, man. I know. It's funny. I got a friend. He's younger than me. He's a grandpa, so I know that I'm old enough to be a grandpa for a lot of these kids, man. Jake says Rick doesn't age. He shreds so hard it stops time around him. That's possible. It's very possible. Very, very possible. Mama says just be proud of that year. That's awesome. Oh yeah, that's a good year. It's a good year. It's the year Jesus Christ Superstar was released, and Ian Gillian sang on it, so that's a good year for sure. A lot of good things happened in '71, ain't no doubt. But yeah, that's a long time ago, man, a long time ago. All right, let's see if I can pull this off. We're gonna end it with Tears of Time right here, and then we'll shoot you off to Brody's stream. We'll probably go check that out too. I'm feeling a meatball marinara hot pocket. That's what I'm gonna have here momentarily. So let's see if we got this key. All right, let's see if I remember this one. It'll be different on there, but let's try it. It's actually very hard to play on acoustic, like crazy. A lot of notes you just can't hit, like on the electric. But hey, we tried it. We gave it a shot. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right, let's see what we got here. We just talking about the good old days, man. Gotta love it, man. That's what's great about this community. We can go on and on about some good old times. That's for sure. All right, where we left off here? Evan says, bring back Disney Sunday. There you go, afternoon TV. No problem, Mama. Have a great one. Mama Shredder knows it flies so fast. I know. It was like just yesterday I was in my 30s and touring the world, and then now here I'm not in my 30s and I'm not touring the world, but I'm having a fun time. We touring the world all right here. With so many people around the world hang out with us. It's so awesome to see. I think we pretty much have just about every country comes into these chats during the week, so it's pretty awesome to see. Evan says 30 to 40 is a complete blur. At this point, my whole life's practically a complete blur. I remember bits and pieces, that's for sure. Mama Stress says under 18 goes slow. I remember that. I remember those days. Val says he paid for a dentist. He paid for his dentist Porsche. I think my mom paid for my dentist's like summer home, I think it was. Yeah, teeth no good, man. You got to keep up. And luckily, when I grew up, we had fluoride in our water, so I got lucky. I didn't get any cavities. I didn't have any cavities for probably like most of my life. I didn't have any cavities, but during COVID, when we couldn't go anywhere, I was like going nuts, man. We eating candy all day and soda, and I drink waters here and there, but man, most everything was just candy and soda and stuff and chocolate. I had 4 cavities. Went to the dentist. I had 4 cavities. I was like, wow. I had such a good teeth life until COVID hit. Man, shoot. Mama said it's been busy and sleepless nights for 15 years, man. I feel that. Juji says she loved good meatball. Heck yeah. Me too. I mean, it's a hot pocket, you know. It's all right, you know. It's good enough. It does the job. Mama said after 35 I enjoyed it the most. Yeah, I think I liked my 20s. My 20s were probably the best times for me when I was in my 20s. But then it got better when I got my record contract in 2001, was it? So I was 30 when I got my record contract, and that started off. It was to start off a plateau of good stuff, you know. After that. Several years after that, so 30s were good, but then halfway through my 30s it all fell apart, and I was like, well, this ain't good, but hey, you know, it was good enough. Let's see. Evan 79. That's it. Okay, and Daddy Shredder is from 82. Dang. So I got all ain't too bad. Late 30s, early 40s at this point, eh? Let's see. Mom said, I'm like, oh my God, I'm so old. I look nowhere close to teen. I feel that. We all feel that, I think. Jake says, I want to have my own cabin on a few acres of land by the time he's 30. Seems so peaceful. Yeah. If I had enough money to just buy like my own private island, you know, start us now, just live there. Because, you know, we just disappear and just off the grid, essentially. Would be nice. Big, huge island with, you know, we could have lots of animals and cool stuff like that. We'll see. We'll see one day. And Mama said everyone wanted to be a rocker and parents had no money to. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Donald says he's still waiting for his new teeth. Don't be like me, kids. I feel that, man. Yeah, I was good with that for a long time. Like I said, once that COVID hit, man, it was all over with, man. I had to get back in shape. I had to get a tooth pulled. Oh man, I kept my wisdom teeth too. If you're young, you can get your wisdom teeth taken out. Get them taken out as soon as you can. I was stupid, man. I could have got my wisdom teeth taken out when I was 18. My mom was like, I can cover your wisdom teeth, no problem. I was like, nah, Ma, they don't hurt. I'll be fine. I let them grow for years and years, and actually made my bottom teeth like pushed together, so my bottom teeth are a little crooked, which sucks. But not too bad. But yeah, they pushed my teeth around, and then I had to get 3 of them. I had 1 removed. No, I can't even remember how it worked out. I think I had 1 removed at one point because it was giving me some trouble, and then I had all 3 done at once. I was like, man, I should have done this when I was a little kid, man. I'm stupid. And then yeah, you gotta watch out, man. Teeth, you only get 1 set. You only get 1 set. Juji, have a great night. Evan says Tasmania had fluoride too. That's good to know, man. Mama says she loved hearing the history. I got plenty of stories. Saturday's always good for story time. We always have some good laughs. Comilton, what's up, buddy? Says still got real physical records. Not me. I mean, I got some War of Thrones CDs left over, but I don't ship them out. But yeah, you can buy them online. Like, I would say the best place is probably eBay. Or maybe Amazon has them, but eBay probably the best. Or actually, it's Discogs, but I think it's all imported stuff. Because all my records were European record labels. So yeah, but you can find them. You can find them online. Look up Discogs. I think that's the best place, honestly, to get the best price. I've seen some wacky prices on my CD, which is crazy. Awesome. Echo Stardust is comment. She said, good night, friends. We love you all so much, and thank you for all you do. Absolutely, absolutely. Val was smart. He had all his wisdom take out 19. That's a smart one, buddy. All right, Mama says, okay, got to go, bro. He's intermission for dinner. No problem, Mama. We'll see you in a little while. We'll stop in. We'll shoot everyone over there. And Judy said, my late 40s got really good when I stayed single. There you go. Sometimes that's the best times, you know, when you could do anything you want and not be tied down. They would say, you missed that rocking chair. All right, well, that's enough. We got the chat covered. Yo, thanks, everyone, for hanging out tonight. Saturday is always fun and chill. We'll be back, of course, tomorrow night at 9 for the Back to the Wildness, where we hit our 60. Now we're going for 70, and then we'll go for 80, 90, ultimately 100. That's the super goal. So, but you guys are the best. We appreciate each and every one of you, of course. And, yeah, that's it for now. We'll see you tomorrow night. Besides that, have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you at. What's up, Mark? Good to see you, buddy. And then, yeah, y'all take care of yourselves. Be good to each other and take care of each other and stay safe. That's all we got in this world anymore, right? So we'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great rest of yours.